Good news before the kick-off for Leeds is that Chris Fairclough plays. He has 10 stitches in a cut over his eye, but the central defender with 9 goals to his name this season didn't want to miss out today. And striker Bobby Davison is a popular return in the number 10 shirt, having missed the last 2 games. Leicester City are unchanged, and having won their last 2 matches and lost only 1 of the last 8, it's not surprising that David Pleat should rely on this lineup. And the referee today is from Lancaster. He's an experienced official, Mr. David Allison. And they're delighted to have Chris Fairclough playing in the centre of defence. He's got a huge gash over that right eye. In fact, Howard Wilkinson said it needed a zip, really, and he's astonished at the player's bravado. So inevitably they rely on a long throw from Jones. And an early goal would settle Leeds so much. Chapman will be there, and it was coming towards Fairclough, out by James. And Leicester haven't been in Leeds' half yet. Leicester City, who normally play in blue here, have changed to their red shirts and black shorts for this afternoon's event. Leicester, one of the few teams, of course, in the league who've, in a way, nothing to play for. They can go neither up nor down. Here's a good long throw again. Comes out to Beglin, who chips it on and clips it in. And Davison in with the header, straight at Hodge. And Bobby Davison looking to add to his 11 goals this season. Getting the first sniff here. Intelligent play by Beglin. He's got an educated left foot. He put it into Davison there, who couldn't head it past Hodge. Kelly taking it on the chest, giving it to Tommy Wright, who's confronted by Strachan. Mocklin, the ball has stayed in play. McAllister, a weak pass from him though, so Sterling brings Leeds away. Chapman calling for it in an inside right channel. Ten minutes gone, and Leeds is always looking to Gordon Strachan for the inspirational ball, and here he is now. Nice little flick pass as well for Sterling, driven in towards Speed. Well, Speed has had the first 2 chances of the game, not been able to convert either of them, but he's getting into good positions. Fairclough's made a very solid start. Talk about who would and who would not play for Leeds in the first division, he certainly would. Not easily controlled by Ramsey. So it's all about Leeds' pressure at the moment. Jones aiming for Davison. It's going to come out to Haddock. Ooh, that's the sort of thing that Leeds must guard against. Wasn't a very clever back pass to start with, and then Mervyn Day really booting the ball straight to an opponent. And Leeds get away with that. Oof. But not with that sort of thing. And Mervyn Day must feel just a little uncomfortable after he's admitted it was his mistake which cost the game against Barnsley in midweek. And I've heard it said by 1 or 2 knowledgeable people that the crowd here, in fact, had an adverse effect on the way Leeds played the other night. But look at this, great chance here. Sterling comes inside the penalty area, Chapman's in the middle, Sterling doesn't need him. A cracker! Goal number 5 this season for the former Sheffield Wednesday fullback, and it could not have come at a better time. Well, Vinny's in there to celebrate, that's not a surprise. But Mel Sterling scored a winning goal for Sheffield Wednesday against Leicester City 4 seasons ago, and it wasn't dissimilar to that one. Driven in tremendously. And he might well punch the air, because only a minute earlier there had been a scare at the other end. Sterling thought better of the throw back to his keeper, because North had got in the way. Well, Jones throws them long, Sterling throws them just as long. McAllister, who won his first Scotland cap during the week, finds Paul Reed. Support from Paris, but Reed goes it alone. And surely too many white shirts around him. Kamara nudges it on. Speed gives chase and wins it. Kamara, two men wide on the right, and he couldn't deliver the goods that time. But it will be a Leeds throw. And Chris Kamara, who's won his place in the midfield ahead of David Batty for the last 4 games, heavily involved in the game in these early moments. Here's Strachan. What can he do this time? Nothing. McAllister it was. And Sterling, who's relishing this, thunders into the action again and is blocked. And Zico, as they call him on the terraces, is well psyched up for this. Davison trying to plunder a second goal. The back pass was cut off, so Sterling plays it wide to Speed. And Jones checked the flight of the ball, but he couldn't control it. And Strachan dances between 2 defenders, wins the free kick, wants to take it quickly, and is surrounded by red shirts preventing him doing so. Sterling's ball down the line, finds the willing Kamara running onto it. And he came off second best in that confrontation with McAllister. Haddock coming in very snappily, won it. Strachan delightfully waited. Sterling has a lot to do. Here's Chapman. It was a good effort and a lovely cross from Sterling. It really was. Chapman a little bit unlucky there because he got a positive header on it. But all credit to the Leicester defender who got in the way. Sterling doing really well. And the cross coming away off, the header coming off James. "25 minutes gone as Davison wins it twice. Sterling again. Well, Leicester are not afraid to concede free kicks, that's for sure. Strachan for Jones, who's onside. Great chance here, they're lining up, and he couldn't find any of them. But he might well have done better to try and cut that one back. Well, it was a great chance, that one. But Leeds have to be satisfied for the moment with a corner, which Chapman comes to meet at the near post. And it's going to come to him eventually. Back for Strachan. Kamara trying to find a little bit of space somewhere there. There wasn't any. But Leeds are just winning the ball so often at the moment. Another inviting ball for Sterling to go on to. Strachan, good position. Strachan's here. Oh, it's on for Davison. And Strachan complaining that I think he was impeded. But there really was a very good chance here. Strachan with that sleight of foot, finding Jones in a great position inside the penalty area, and if he'd have cut it back, there were 3 waiting. Oh, and North's header on. It's just too long for James to get to. And there's a warning. It was nice there to hear the crowd singing Mervyn Day's name. Oh, and here Davison has beaten the offside trap, and it's Davison against Hodge. Can Bobby Davison finish it? The answer, no, and all credit to Martin Hodge. Very good save indeed. Davison really thought he was onto something there, as Jones is onto this one here and gets hurt in the process. Haddock to speed, and that was a critical moment. Leeds could almost have finished Leicester off there at 2-0. And Bobby Davison must be bitterly disappointed not to have made it 2-0 as well. He got into a marvellous position, but all credit to Martin Hodge, showing all his experience. And Leicester might consider themselves lucky to be only one down. Well, Chapman's done some chasing, and back pass, it's fallen to Davison again, and Hodge flips it wide of the upright. Well, it's not been Davison's afternoon so far, but he's keeping going, and he shows his great... I thought that Hodge had got a touch there, but a goal kick is given. Chapman's tenacity, hustling the defender into the mistake. Davison took it first time, and the referee and linesman were absolutely right. Hodge didn't get a touch. Seven minutes left in the half. Jones hoists another one. Chapman can't get there. Davis and the referee waste play on Chapman. It came off the defenders. Chapman's got another go, and in the end it goes back into Hodge's hands. Well, Howard Wilkinson says in his programme notes today that success and failure in football is determined by the effectiveness of a side in the two penalty boxes, and that Leeds have been their own worst enemies. Well, they've missed some chances again today, which is why they hold this slender one-goal lead at the moment. But Jones tries to propel another one. And Chapman can't get to that. It'll come down to Strachan. Chapman, Fairclough with a simple header, and it was simple enough for Hodge too. But another chance goes. And they've certainly not been able to polish Leicester off. The best chance, the one spurned by Davison, and Haddock might be in some bother here. Kelly behind him, who's read it well. David Pleat before the game saying that Leicester City have probably conceded more goals than anybody in this division, although they do score a lot of goals, so Leeds really should have been more than one up. But that's half-time. The referee points to the dressing rooms, and Leeds will be well satisfied with their performance, at least in this first 45 minutes. They've got the just one goal scored for them in the early phases of the game by Mel Stirl, and an absolute cracker it was too. So it's Leeds United 1, Leicester City 0 here at Ellen Road at half-time. We'll take a short break. 45 minutes football remains at Ellen Road this season, that is all. And Leeds United have made the best possible start in carrying the game to Leicester, and they're leading 1-0. Davison, no changes for the second half. And I would imagine Howard Wilkinson merely has said in the dressing room, just keep playing the same way, apart from giving away free kicks like that. But really, that's what Leeds have got to do. They've not got to be drawn into thinking that they mustn't just concede a goal and concentrate everything on defence. They've just got to play their normal game. It's been good enough so far. Bocklin, free kick for Leicester. And the one in the air, and it's probably as well that Haddock didn't get a touch on that. Paddock was too strong there for North, and Jones takes it on, and Chapman calls for it. He's got to watch against offside, as has Davison. They're asking Speed to run down the flank. So the first meaningful attack from Leeds of this second half. Fairclough's arriving. Jones about to throw. And easily met by Walsh. Becklin's got Jones behind him, but chooses to cross it himself, and Chapman was in behind the defender. Ramsey did well in turning it back to Hodge. Jones sailed under the ball then. And it's gone beyond Walsh, and Davison tries to hold it up and then feed Kamara, who'll try to get on the outside of McAllister, does so well and cuts it back as well, and Strachan, working like a beaver, gets in there. Kamara with another cross. Here's Chapman right across the face of goal, and nobody to supply a touch to it. Leicester survive yet another scare. This was all about tenacity. First of all from Kamara, then from Strachan, and the big man's cross met at the far post by Chapman, who did the right thing. Kamara again jumping well. Chapman showing great skill. Oh, and the ball through. Davison to make it 2. Hodge. Davison still can't force it in, and for the second time Davison is denied by Hodge. The former Sheffield Wednesday keeper really earned his corn here. Chapman, a lovely ball through. Davison perhaps snatched at it a little bit, but Hodge kept it out. And Leicester are in fact going to make a change, and they're going to bring on David Oldfield, their Australian-born striker from Perth, who started the season with Manchester City and comes on to replace Mark North. Leeds constantly striving for this second goal to give them a cushion. Here's Sterling, who got the first. Cracked in. I'm sure that Ramsey felt that one. And it's now Leicester who are their own worst enemies by putting the ball out unnecessarily so. Jones, and Chapman had made a run to the near post. Parrish defended against it. And now they've run the ball out again. Well, they keep looking to Vinnie Jones to find someone in that penalty area. All he finds is the head of Walsh this time. Speed, good cross as well. Fairclough was up for it. Didn't come to him though. Comes instead to Beglin. A few little touches here. The one touch that Leeds wants is the one that takes it into the net. Strachan, good ball delivered for Kamara. Corner kick. Leicester under siege. 56 minutes gone as Strachan takes yet another Leeds corner. Bit flatter, Sterling got it all tied up in his legs, but it's still here for Chapman, back for Sterling, and bodies and arms and legs and everything getting in the way at the moment. It was Reed that time. Sterling's got the one goal, he wants another. And in fact, the whistle had sounded. It's not going to be a corner after all that. Amid the hubbub of the din here, nobody had heard the whistle. So referee Allison having a very busy afternoon, but he's controlled things very well so far. Taken on by Oldfield. Cut out first time by Beglin. And now Leeds. They've a lot of men up. Strachan leads the race towards the edge of the area. Chapman's inside him. He looked to roll the pass and couldn't. Now waits Kamara. Nearly tripped him. Slides it back. How did Hodge save that one? Martin Hodge is having an inspired afternoon. And really, this is a super save. He flips it over the top, but Kamara did well to ride the challenge, guts it back, and it was sliced off the defender, and Hodge turned it over. And Leeds are taking Davison off, as I suspected, to bring on Imre Varadi for this final half an hour. Davison has not been properly fit for a week or two now, so it's been a sturdy effort by him to come out at all, and he wishes Imre Varadi all the best of luck. Howard Wilkinson says well done to Davison. And Leeds hope that Varadi can maybe supply the second goal. Strachan. Leicester continue to defend well. Tommy Wright's limping down there. Walsh with the back pass. So Varadi, another of Hodge's old colleagues at Wednesday. As a dangerous ball. Again, they were offside. Hadn't played it a little too quickly for comfort that time, but Leeds still trying to make something out of it. Speed adjudged to a fouled Paris. Strikes it long for Kelly. While Leicester themselves could well have been in the race for the playoff positions, but they had an awful start to the season. Here's their throw for McAllister, and Jones boots it in the air. Oldfield struggles to control it. Yes, Leicester, after 2 months of the season, were rock bottom, but they've had a very good run. They won only one of their first 12 matches. They've lost only one of their last 8. Oldfield, a good turn, and tries to get away from Sterling, and does so as well. Play on, says the referee. He cuts it back. Danger here. It's a goal for McAllister and for Leicester City. And more disaster for Leeds United, who again are unable to hold a lead. The goal was gloriously contrived by Oldfield. The substitute holding off Sterling nips it back here, and McAllister, who couldn't score for Scotland on Wednesday, scores against Leeds today. His 10th of the season, and Leeds now are the ones who have got it all to do again. Kamara nicking it with the outside of the boot for Sterling. Down the middle is Chapman, gets a good flick inside. Varadi, it might break even yet. Comes back to Vinnie Jones. Tried to push it into a vacant area. Now he's found a better pass, and it's Kamara's cross. Coming here to Strachan, can he finish it this time? So close. But the wrong side of the upright for Gordon Strachan. Kamara has played in some choice crosses today. This one finds Strachan in an excellent position. Just couldn't round it off. And again, what has happened to Leeds here today is that Mervyn Day has hardly had a save to make all afternoon, and then one shot that Leicester have had has got past him, but Strachan sprints onto the ball from Chapman, looks for an early return one, I think. Chapman is up there, and it's put behind by Hodge in the end from his own defender, Paris. Referee just having a quick word with Kamara about something. Well, it's all very well winning a lot of corners, but you've got to make some of them count, and that's exactly what Leeds are looking to do now. Strachan certainly taking his time over it, so he's not panicking yet. Referee changes his position in the penalty area, and Hodge again wins it. Convincingly so. And he's been inspired today. Speed did well there. Chapman's calling for it in a good position up front. Strachan now trying to beat off that one man. Strachan again. Brilliant play by Strachan. Terrific play by the Scot. Cuts it back. Oh, Berardi off the inside of the upright. How did they survive that one? Berardi so unlucky after this fella Strachan out on the right had played it superbly. And the danger goes to the other end, where Oldfield, surely he used his hand there. But Strachan there, balletic almost, and he cut it back, and Berardi will not come closer than that. And Howard Wilkinson must wonder if the whole season is going to slip away. Oh, and Sterling there, just managing to control it and check Oldfield. And from that shot, it looks as though David Batty might be taking his place out here before long. But for the time being, the 11 men out there have to try and win the initiative back for Leeds. That back pass could have helped them. Leicester lucky once more to escape with that. But they look increasingly dangerous when they do break. Leeds, I suppose, concentrating on getting men forward. Fairclough to Berardi, who's offside. And indeed, Batty is to come on for Jones. Jones doesn't look surprised, neither does he look happy. And Leicester at the same time are going to bring on Gary Mills. So Batty's on, Mills is on. Chapman trod on the ball. Kamara was looking for it through the middle. He's getting into some of the best positions, is Chris Kamara. Speed, who's had one of the quieter afternoons, he's not really had the service today. Fairclough. Oh, Strachan, delightful again. And Oldfield stuck to him. Batty can't win it. Oldfield gives it to his right. There's a man spare on the left, and one on the right as well. Reed finds Kelly. Danger again here for Leeds. McAllister's calling for it. He's scored one. Oh, and he's nearly scored two, but for Mervyn Day. Mocklin, real danger here for Leeds. They're scuttling around, and Beglin has to put it behind. McAllister strikes a ball so sweetly. He scored in the 4-3 victory over Leeds this season. He scored 2 goals against them the year before. Ramsey, who got 2 goals against Leeds this season. And it's left to Mervyn Day. Free kick had been given, so Strachan starting from the right back position. Poor ball that time. Mills. Strachan got it back and skips over Mills's challenge. Then knocked it too far, and he's caught. Some rather anguished looks down there. Vinnie Jones settling back. He can do no more about it today. Mick Hennigan on his feet. And all that hard work of the season, is it going to come to nothing? You can see the stress on the faces. 7 minutes to go. They look to Chapman's head, but really, that's not giving him a hope. Kamara. The ball down the middle towards Strachan. Batty might snap it up. No, he can't. And again, they look to beat offside and can't. Fairclough finds Berardi. Late surge from Leeds here. Imre Varadi with the shot, and it comes off the... Ooh, it came off the foot of Paul Ramsey and could have deceived Martin Hodge. But Leeds again are paying the penalty for frittering so many chances in the first half. They had some excellent opportunities and didn't make them count. Another corner. Out again by James. Well, they know they've been embattled to Leicester, but the anguish looks are from Leeds. And there isn't as much purpose in some of the running as there was earlier. 6 minutes left. Sterling, again it'll be towards Chapman, headed out, and now McAllister back from Strachan. Here's Strachan again! Have you ever seen a better goal? And have you ever seen one better timed? And Gordon Strachan, with his 18th goal of this memorable season at Ellen Road, may well have struck the richest goal of his career. The fans are going wild here at Ellen Road. With 5 minutes to go, it means so much to Gordon Strachan. It means so much to Leeds United as a club, and so much to their supporters. And Strachan, it fizzed into the net. I think even he felt it. 2-1 to Leeds United, 5 minutes to go. But the drama isn't over yet. If they do win it, then they'll have to listen for the results from Bramall Lane and St James's Park. And even then they might not know. We might have to go through it all again next Saturday. Varadi now. And he'll surely play it tight into the corner. And Leeds must not forget that against Bradford here and at Brighton last week, they conceded goals 3 minutes from time. Well, we're in the 86th minute now. Kamara, and he'll look for Strachan over the top with the ball, and here is the little hero of the moment. And I'm sure he can hardly run. And he has a word with his fellow Scott Mocklin. So Strachan, who has cost a bob or two here at Ellen Road, has certainly repaid Leeds United on this afternoon. And the fans behind him over there are ecstatic at the moment, but they mustn't be premature. I can understand their jubilation, but they have to await the results from elsewhere. Chapman to Haddock. Leeds now must not lose their concentration again, as they've done twice recently. They're leading 2-1 as the scoreboard changes from 86 played to 87 minutes played. And this has been the danger minute for Leeds in recent weeks. Not to be a prophet of doom, one hopes. Well, it's got Vinnie Jones and Howard Wilkinson off the bench. They're standing there now. They can't sit down. Today's result is so vital, not just to the season, but to the entire future of Leeds United. Chapman is here again, looking to supply Varadi, but it'll go beyond him, and Mills allows it to run out. And Howard Wilkinson, the words are simple: come on for 3 minutes more. And that's the torment of a manager who has gone through 45 league games already and knows that he's within a few minutes, maybe of the First Division, maybe another 90 minutes, who knows. Varadi's cross is beyond Hodge, it's beyond speed too. And we've surpassed the 87th minute, and they've gone into 88. And Leicester are just as tired as Leeds, and it's funny how Leeds have suddenly summoned up some more energy from somewhere. To be honest, a few minutes ago they looked very, very jaded indeed. But that spectacular strike from Gordon Strachan has lifted everyone in the ground here. And are they enjoying this afternoon? I'll tell you they are. And Leeds come looking for a third, and I suppose something they've always got to think about still is goal difference. If Leeds and Newcastle should end the season on the same number of points, Newcastle for the moment have a better goal difference. But this is the last match at Ellen Road this season in the league, unless they're involved in playoffs, of course. Oldfield, and surely he'll play it back to Mervyn Day now, and we've got 89 minutes on the clock. And Leeds must say, let there be no late lapse. And I know that if they win today, no matter what else happens elsewhere, if they win at Bournemouth next Saturday, they will be promoted. But a lot still depends on the Newcastle United result from St James's Park. The chant is Leeds, Leeds, we're marching on together. Howard Wilkinson in the programme said today there's one huge last hurdle for fans as well as players. And there was an appeal before the game for nobody to come on the pitch here, and let's hope that that happens and that nobody is stupid enough to come on the pitch at the end. There's a spark here between Mocklin and Verardi, and this is a shame when everybody should be able to concentrate on the final jubilant scenes. Mocklin is to get a rebuke from referee Allison. And still the strain shows on the face of the manager here, who has really transformed Leeds United. They were at the bottom of the second division when he took them over last season. They're now at the top of the second division. And Vinnie Jones, a man who has played a big part in Leeds United's resurgence, but has to sit out the last few moments, is just as anxious to be back in the first division as his manager. Mocklin was booked a moment ago. Strachan to Chapman inside the area. Back for Strachan, who the referee says that's it, it's all over. And unfortunately, that warning went unheeded. Spectators are on the field, but Strachan very much the hero of this particular hour. A cracking goal from the little Scot has won Leeds 3 precious points here at Ellen Road. When the game seemed to be slipping away from them at 1-1, it was Strachan who answered the call with a fizzing volley 5 minutes from time, and he's won Leeds United 3 points here. But they have to wait for the Newcastle United score now. So scenes of jubilation here at Ellen Road, but I can tell those fans down there they're a little premature because Newcastle United have won as well.
When the dust has settled by Monday and Tuesday, they can look back on today, and even on the Barnsley game. Again today we made a lot of chances. I think in the first half Martin Hodges made 4 terrific saves. We've hit the woodwork and it's come out. They've hit the woodwork and it's gone in. Our reward at the moment for the amount of play and chances we're creating is very low, and my experience tells me that if you keep going in football you get paid back, and I hope we get paid back this season down at Bournemouth.
So that army of Leeds fans must wait another week.